Hi, Rocky here, Elevated Being. Today we're making our Zucchini PastaCado, okay? A nice Italian dish that stays high fat and low carb. No, doesn't really exist normally, but that's today. So, here's going to be the ingredients that we use, okay? I buy organic every time that I can, especially with the Dirty Dozen, okay? One of those being bell peppers. So, strive for organic here, and with your onions as well, okay? All the ingredients that we're going to need are listed on the list. I went for my zucchinis to make my zucchini noodles and saw this awesomeness, and it's already done for me. My spiraler is getting pretty rusty and old, so I just took advantage of this today. Thanks, Sprouts. I'm using avocado oil to cook with, even though we're keeping it on pretty low temperatures. I don't like to take my chances if I can keep it kosher. I do here. So avocado oil to cook with. We'll have olive oil for the drizzling at the end for some taste, okay? And to make those tastes, we have some garlic powder, Himalayan sea salt, ground pepper, oregano, and some fresh basil. My basil plant is, it needs to be happier. Hopefully we'll cheer it up a little bit with this recipe. Alright, and then we have pine nuts as well. Alright, fun way to add some smoky deliciousness to your dish. So just wash my bell pepper, slicing off, about that much of it. Low to medium heat, okay? Avoiding any antioxidant or any free radicals that can happen from a high smoke point here. So the amount of onion, just like anything, is optional to you. Dropping bell peppers and onions into the pan. Not too hot yet, we're just gonna let it take its time, cool or warming on up there. We are moving back over to chopping. I saved a lot of time since I don't have to spiral these. So we'll get to those last. You can do them earlier if you'll find out though. With zucchini noodles, if you put them in there too long, all the moisture just leaves, and you start with this and you end up with like this much. So we're gonna do it at just the end, and in the meantime, I'm gonna focus on some of these cherry tomatoes, avocado. So we ended up with a nice bunch of cubes here. They're all going to be a big bunch of mash here in a moment. One fun trick that I was taught though from the one and only Miss Jessica Matthews was to try caramelizing all of this without any oil and letting the natural juices from the onion do the job for you. So if you want to try that, let me know how it goes and show me the finished product. Moving back over here to the halved tomatoes and the basil and the pine nuts, okay? We're gonna add in a few of you. Which ones want to come into the play today? Fresh basil is always best, especially when you're making it an authentic Italian dish. But in a pinch, any basil will work. And with the pine nuts, we'll have something that looks and tastes a bit like a pesto over here. We can add them to the mix. Just give them a little bit of love, ripping them up a little bit. And here comes the flavor. I can already smell it. Can you smell that? You can smell it. And the pine nuts. Alright, just gonna let that saute for another 2 to 3 minutes or so. I don't want anything getting super mushy yet. The whole dish is gonna end up pretty mushy and goulashy. So, the more that I can keep things intact, the better. One of the other benefits from cooking at a lower heat. Come on back to my noodles over here, my zoodles over here. I'm gonna start scouting out the amount that I'll need. I'm gonna probably aim for about 2/3 of this box today. Make sure we get a good yield. In case my cameraman gets hungry, you know? Camera woman. Alright, I'm gonna add some of these seasonings in now.
Again, I put some measurements on the recipe list. Feel free to use those if you're a recipe kind of person. I just kind of do it old school and continue thinking and doing things the way that looks most appealing. Lots of great immunity properties to oregano oil or oregano spice, garlic as well, good for the blood health, good for heart health, and then sticking with like a Himalayan salt especially. Oh my gosh, far more benefits. Don't use the table salt, please. Adding in our zucchini noodles, our zoodles. And it's beginning to look a lot like Italy. So I should be playing this some Andre Bocelli or something, make this more authentic. Avocados coming next. I usually just always use a spoon for this so I can just scoop her right on out, and in she goes. Alright. This is smelling good. It's looking good to me. It's looking good to you? I hope so. So we're just gonna let it simmer now for another 2 minutes maybe. And let it go. God, it smells good. Alright, so I'm gonna throw this on one plate. And we can divide up after if we have some hungry people in the room. As you can see here, plenty of juices naturally flowing already. So I'm gonna give you the option. Maybe if you added the oil in the beginning, you won't have as much, and then you can go for the olive oil. I just like to top things off with the olive oil sometimes, something like this, because then it's like your real pasta flavor, and you're decking it out with some oils. There's so many natural oils on here right now already. I'm going to probably skip it this time, alright? But great added monounsaturated fats from that, as well as the avocado. Okay, good polyunsaturated fats from the pine nuts, as well as it's good heart health all around. So the benefits of our zucchini PastaCado, besides feeling the Italian genes that crave some of this deliciousness, are the high fat content, which we just talked about a little bit with the monos and polyunsaturated fats in here. Okay, by keeping it low carb, we are keeping our insulin levels down. Okay, so all of that good fat gets to be hopefully used as energy. Thanks so much for stopping by. Bon appetit and enjoy. Out.